on the aid, the question of aid from a moment ago, did you tell the Ukrainian leader that they would have the aid only if they investigated Joe Biden and his family?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't do
Could
that.
you elaborate as to what you
But
did?
Joe Biden said it about his son. Joe Biden was very dishonest what he did. What he did is he said, if they don't do this or that and get rid of a certain prosecutor. Joe Biden said it. But because you're a faker, you in particular, you're a fake news group of people, you don't want to report that. I didn't do it. And you can. I hope you're going to be able to see a call, because I didn't do it. Everybody's looking for that call. And keep going the way you're doing, because when you see the call, you're going to be very surprised. No, but Joe Biden, let me just be quiet. Joe Biden is the one that did a very, very bad thing when he said that. And I think it was $1.2 billion he wasn't going to give unless they got rid of a prosecutor who was investigating his son and the company that his son works for. Then you also say, how much money did his son make from the Ukraine? And then ask another question, how much money did his son make from China based on energy? He knows nothing about energy. So why did he leave China? Why did he leave Ukraine with all this money? So Joe Biden was very dishonest. Now, when you see the call, if you see it, I hope you see it, frankly, you will find out that I did not do that at all. And you'll be very disappointed when you see it. It's really a disgrace. It really is a situation where it just shows the press you've had such a bad week between Justice Kavanaugh and this and other things. It's showing how dishonest so many members of the press are, not all of you, but so many members of the press are so totally dishonest. But this is a case, I hope you get to see the call, because your question, you will see, I did not ask for, I did not make a statement that you have to do this or I'm not going to give you aid. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. With that being said, what I want is, we're giving a lot of money away to Ukraine and other places. You want to see a country that's going to be not corrupt. The president is a good man. He got elected on the fact that he was going to get rid of corruption in Ukraine. That's, I think, the primary reason he got elected. So he gets elected on the basis of ending corruption in Ukraine. Well, I think that's good, and that's what I want to see. But when Biden does a thing like that, then there's still corruption, and that's not good.
Sir, you can authorize the release of the transcript. Will you do that,
I can do it very easily, but I'd rather not do it from the standpoint of all of the other conversations I have. I may do it because it was a very innocent call on both his part and mine. We had a very nice call. It was really a congratulatory call because he had just won. It was just confirmed. And he's the new president, and I think he's going to do an excellent job. But remember, he got elected on the basis of the biggest part was corruption in his campaign. And so he wants the same thing, and he's looking for the same thing as I am. He did a very good job. It was a very nice call. I hope you get to see it, and I hope you get to see it soon.
Mr. President, Iran, can I ask you a question, sir?
What?
On Iran, the Iranian foreign minister...
Boris Johnson, you were going to say Boris Johnson?
No, I'm talking about the Iranian foreign minister.
You mentioned Boris Johnson at the beginning.
No, the Iranian foreign minister.
Because he wants a new deal with Iran,
sure.
right?
But the Iranians are saying now that they're willing to negotiate to end the war in Yemen. Do you take this seriously?
Say it again?
The Iranian foreign minister...
Talk up, please.
The Iranian foreign minister is saying that they are willing to negotiate to end the war in Yemen. Do you take this statement seriously?
Well, I think it's a very big positive statement if they said that. I haven't heard it. I've been here and having lots of different meetings. We just had a very good meeting with Pakistan, by the way. We had a great meeting on religious liberty, I think, when you get right down to it, Mike. That was pretty much incredible. It was the first time that the President of the United States was involved in a meeting such as that. No, I think that Boris Johnson made a strong statement saying that he'd like to see a new agreement. And I think that's good. And if what you're saying about Yemen is true, I like that also. We haven't heard that yet. That's a very positive thing if that's the case.
Mr. President, on the whistleblower, you say you want the transcript of the call released. Do you also want
I didn't say that at all. I didn't say that at all. It may get released. I didn't say that at all. I don't think it's a great precedent to be releasing calls with foreign countries, heads of foreign countries. So I don't think it's a great precedent. So I didn't say I was going to release it at all. I will tell you it's a great call. It's a very honorable call. It's a nice call. The Ukrainian government last night very strongly, they announced that this call was a very nice call. And they also said there was no pressure put on them, like the character over to your left. There was no pressure put on them whatsoever. I put no pressure on them whatsoever. I could have. I think it would probably, possibly have been okay if I did, but I didn't. I didn't put any pressure on them whatsoever. You know why? Because they want to do the right thing, and they know about corruption, and they probably know that Joe Biden and his son are corrupt. They probably know that. Joe Biden and his son are corrupt, all right? But the fake news doesn't want to report it because they're Democrats. If that ever happened, if a Republican ever did what Joe Biden did, if a Republican ever said what Joe Biden said, they'd be getting the electric chair by right now. Look at the double standards. You people ought to be ashamed of yourself. And not all. We have some great journalists around, but you got a lot of crooked journalists. You're crooked as hell. Okay, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Thank you very much.